It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Los Angeles Rams. And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 23.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Los Angeles Rams. Welcome in, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart. SoFi Stadium. Take it in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Well, the Falcons now get to stretch their wings on offense here, and a quarterback for them is a former second overall pick who spent 4 seasons as a starter in Tennessee, Marcus Mariota. After losing a starting job in Tennessee and playing as a backup in Las Vegas, many wondered if Marcus Mariota would get another shot to lead a team. Atlanta gave it to him this season as a bridge from Matt Ryan to the next era. Always a good runner. Don't discount Mariota as a playmaker who can win games for the Falcons. He did take Tennessee to the playoffs in his second season and gained valuable experience in Las Vegas.
Now Patterson to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
On second down, a run with Patterson. And he powers his way up past the 30.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility. At that time, able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real option for him to throw it downfield.
So on now is the Clemson end. Bradley Pinion to punt this one away. Back deep, Brandon Powell. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Now here comes Matthew Stafford leading the Rams offense out there, and just as he did last season when he captured his first and the Rams' second Super Bowl title.
Matthew Stafford's first season in Los Angeles could not have gone better as he proved to be the missing piece that brought the Rams a Lombardi trophy. It was a very well-deserved moment for the 13th-year pro, who was 12th all-time in yards and touchdowns, but had never experienced a postseason victory before that season.
Now, you just called him a Super Bowl champion, and boy did he embrace the Rams offense from the start with almost 5,000 yards and 41 touchdowns in 2021.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to get this all the way down inside of 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Stafford. Middle of the field, it's Robinson.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
After 4 years each in Jacksonville and Chicago, Allen Robinson made a big jump by joining the reigning champs. Hoping to shake off career lows from last season and get back to being a catch machine. Here's a catch for him there and a first-down pickup.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Stafford. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Rams are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And it's complete. He's got him in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Allen Robinson on the receiving end from Matthew Stafford. And the Rams will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us drive. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And the Rams got it. They bring it down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
After the sack on 1st down, Mariota. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage, and it slides to a hole. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by setting a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for first, but he does get the last laugh by baiting the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's caught. It's Bryan Edwards.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. You have to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
First down, Mariota. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield. They came up with a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Toss it out right here to Patterson.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. The defense, they're doing their job.
It starts with the guys up front, so when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out. Because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
3rd and long here for Mariota. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here against CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They just got to go seize it.
After the interception, here's Stafford. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Rams. Matthew Stafford, 2 touchdown passes in this first quarter.
And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Gay is on for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10.
trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And complete to Drake London.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, particularly running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And this will be a Falcons first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
But you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Mariota. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mariota.
Throw left side, there's London. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
First down, Atlanta. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Mariota. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That play there was certainly scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Mariota now. And this one is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Mariota. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of first. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
And here's Bradley Pinion now.
Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll see it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determine that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner.
On first down, they'll start out with Akers.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Stafford, that'll be caught. It's Cup. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Of course, the gadget was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And they will only muster a yard here at the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Going right back to Akers.
And he takes us up right near the 45-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on a carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
This drive is turning to an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
'They'll try the air now with Stafford.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. $14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw, Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon.
Avery Williams deep for Atlanta.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Mariota's throw taken in by Edwards.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come out now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Mariota. Got a man, it's Patterson complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Mariota to throw it.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts.
And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Mariota again. That's into the hands of Edwards. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And it'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
On 1st down, going back to Patterson.
And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
To throw is Mariota. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Defensively, they have that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
1st and goal, they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
They'll run with Patterson.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run. And that's a nice job there, getting the safeties involved in run support.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Throwing is Mariota. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
To throw Mariota. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Marcus Mariota taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Falcons have cut it back within a score.
They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Now the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown now with Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1.
Oh, a good-looking return setup here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35.
The Rams ready to go on offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
Oh, nice move. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Just when you want on a 1st down run, call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. From the gun, here's Safford. He'll get this one to Cobb, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw is Stafford.
Looking for Cooper Kupp again.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
First and 10, it's Patterson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you get ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Again, Patterson.
Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. This offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Mariota eluding the pressure right, and it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They'll go. It's Patterson.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line gain. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on down.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now it's Stafford. Open man right side is Cup complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside of 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talking about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
That was much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Stafford on first down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. This time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
They'll run a draw now with Akers.
And it won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Delayed get there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now Stafford. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Arnold Ebiketie. That is now 2 sacks for him here this first half.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. So he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Riley Dixon now to punt it away. And this punt sails over the sideline. And a spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp. And at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Flushed out right. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Mariota. make it away, and he's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
A right side run with Patterson.
And he went nowhere. We went backwards, back to the 33. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 45-yard line. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota.
Another completion right back to Patterson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it 2nd down. So we've reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. First, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Falcons. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Rams, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. In the process of that kick return, it appears we had an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Stafford. That's complete to his tight end, Higby. And it looks like we've got a dive set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing is Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for L.A.
On the return is Williams. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it will be Falcon football. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Mariota's throw into the hands of Pitts here.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how you shred the defense.
It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so. You're still going to hit the marker with third down coming up.
Running lanes were at premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll run with Patterson.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Here's Bradley Pena now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say crosses at the 11-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here. A little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee.
And he's out right at the 25. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Going to run the sweep here. This is Cup. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Second down and 5.
Here's Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford.
He's going to find Jefferson open downfield.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. From the red zone now, Stafford. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outgut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but eventually they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Man open, it's caught. He's got it.
And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
Not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Akers. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a beat on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Akers.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. That's caught for a Ram touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Rams have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
An extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now 21-7. Touchdown. Here's Gay to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They got to get going.
First and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota
at their own 25-yard line. Here's Mariota being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down.
And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
Now, I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
On second down, a run with Patterson.
Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Mariota. Over the middle, complete. It's Patterson. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yards to pick up the first down. Now it'll be 4th and short.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
Here's Powell on the return.
Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. He really continues to pick apart this defense. Last drive, perfect, and it culminated in his 3rd touchdown pass.
As long as we've been doing this, how many times has a player in this type of a zone described the game as really slowed down?
Yep.
So right now, instead of warp speed, it's
snail's pace.
Oh, snail's pace for him, and he can do whatever he wants. Feels like he has all the time in the world to throw the ball, and his offensive line has been giving him that.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. 64 yards rushing for it now as he's carried it 16 times.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On 1st down, Stafford here. He's got Higbee complete right side.
And are going to get this up to midfield.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. His throw incomplete.
I would describe the way that he's played today as mature. He's already moved on mentally from that incompletion, and he's more than ready to throw his next pass downfield.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the 50 at Stafford. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Gonna say I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st down at Stafford. Caught out left side by Robinson.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Three quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the fourth quarter. To the air again, Stafford. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are right back in this football game.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
So out come the Falcons now.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. First and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota
at their own 26. Following the interception here, Mariota. He's going to float this one deep right side.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that, but that would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
On second down, Mariota again. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Mariota to throw it. That's into the hands of Edwards.
And he's going to have the Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This defense certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Again, it's Mariota. And his throw here's incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one who was hoping to get it to. And now it's second down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Mariota.
Gets this to Ferkser, the tight end. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in the situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating, there he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
42 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
They'll go again with Patterson.
And a short gain down to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
To throw, Mariota.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 21. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll give it to Patterson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing a shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing, Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, something appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mariota. Open man there is Patterson, complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
I'm not sure that that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they got a 1st and goal. Throwing is Mariota. Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. Touchdown, Falcons! Olamide Zaccheaus, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So they fought half the battle here, but they're still down.
Plenty of work still left for them, but they delivered in the first step in their comeback attempt.
Coup now for the point after. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. On the return is Brandon Powell. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 71 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And in that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Stafford on 1st down. Throw that
left side complete. That's Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
These guys are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Gonna run the sweep here. This is Cobb. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well to football now. Officially nothing on that one, no gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed and can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He'll get this one to Cobb, complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 30. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Stafford.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1.
That's out to the flat for Akers. And he's going to have a Rams 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Short yard situation, you have to wonder if they thought they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
They'll try and run for this with Akers.
And he's brought down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away.
They'll run here with Akers.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown.
Cam Akers. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Rams have opened up a 2-touchdown lead in this fourth quarter.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Extra point by Gain is up and good. And a lead now up to 14. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here is Mariota and the Falcons. Down by 2 touchdowns. 1:50 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Mariota. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know you're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and he forced an incompletion there.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Mariota. Finding Edwards. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They call his number again as his 6th catch and a first down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
Mariota. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 22.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. Give to Patterson running to the right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. First down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now Mariota. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Taylor Rapp with a pick, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee.
Falcons going to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory.
So it's the Rams here to take home the W. And this one, Charles, too much Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, he was just on target all afternoon with 3 touchdown passes. They can find a way to stop him, and ultimately, he guided them to victory.